We're less than a day away from the start of the last major of the season, and the weeks leading up to the 2013 US Open have certainly given us a lot to talk about. The talent in both fields runs deep in New York, but after the string of early losses, injuries, and upsets we saw at Wimbledon, we should be well warned that even the favorites aren't safe. Defending champion Serena Williams promptly resumed her winning ways after leaving the All England club, but was broken an astounding 15 times in Cincinnati, and eventually ended her streak in the final to Victoria Azarenka. Last year's runner-up may have avenged her loss in the 2012 final twice this year, but she's never beaten Serena at a major and is looking to change that this fortnight. Meanwhile, Andy Murray returns to defend a Grand Slam title for the first time in his career, but since picking up major number 2 at Wimbledon, he's lost to underdogs at both of this summer's hardcourt Masters. Instead, second-seeded Rafael Nadal, who didn't even play in New York last year, comes here the favorite. After titles in Montreal and Cincy, the 2010 champ is undefeated on the surface this year and has proven he's back in top form. But other players could threaten too. Thanks in part to Marian Bartoli's retirement and Maria Sharapova's withdrawal, former number 1 Jelena Jankovic is seated back in the top 10 and may be the dark horse in this draw. She opens against American teenager Madison Keys though, and the feisty world number 39 has Cinderella written all over her. Sam Stosur could also be out for redemption. After a slow start to the year, the 2011 champ won her first title since then by defeating Azarenka in Carlsbad. She should meet longtime nemesis Nadia Petrova in the third round, and given some of their previous battles, this one has the potential to set off some fireworks. And Simona Halep, fresh off her 4th career title, all won in the last 3 months, beat 4 US Open seeds during her New Haven run. She'll be tested by Heather Watson in the first round, but has what it takes to make a splash in New York. On the men's side, Novak Djokovic holds on to the top seed at Flushing Meadows, but he may be flying under the radar. He hasn't won a title since Monte Carlo, but he's put up some big fights in the months since, and even nearly dethroned Nadal in the French Open semis. He's set for a third-round matchup against Grigor Dimitrov, the man who beat him in Madrid, but on this court you have to give the advantage to Nole. 2009 champ Juan Del Potro looks ready to make a play for another major. Despite wrist issues, he's been strong all summer, taking the trophy in DC and making the semis in Cincinnati. His first-round opponent Guillermo Garcia Lopez has never made it out of the second round in New York, and probably won't have much better luck this year. And John Isner was the surprise star of the summer. He won a title in Atlanta, reached a final in DC, and beat 3 top 10 players in a row in Cincinnati. He's a stone's throw away from getting back into the top 10, and a solid run here could push him back into the elite. But part of the magic in Flushing Meadows is that anything can happen. Youngsters like Sloane Stephens and Laura Robson are just hitting their stride this year. They both have a few high-profile wins in the books, but if they can string a couple together, either could make an impact. And it's not just about the youth, though. 5-time champion Roger Federer is seeded 7th here, his lowest ranking since 2002, but he still can't be counted out. After all, Pete Sampras was ranked 17th that same year and still walked away with the title. Clearly, nothing is set in stone for the US Open, and with so much potential in the field, you know the battle for the trophies is going to rage with excitement. So keep checking in for full coverage of all the action in New York. Till then, thanks for watching TennisSpin.net.